Better. Like I told you guys before, modern technology is awesome when it works. So just wait for me to go live. Hello, hello. I hope you're finding me here. I deleted the other one just so it would not be a ton of confusion. How you doing? Hello, happy Friday. Anybody want some snow? I can send it. No, thank you, Robin. Where are you? Where is it snowing? I saw people posting pictures. I'm not ready for that. It was cold. It's cold outside today, so I bet you it's not far. It's not far off. We went from shorts to like snow pants this week, right? Hi, Vicky. Not working in Wisconsin either. We're getting this working now. They changed where you find, so when you go live, you can go vertically or you can go horizontally, landscape. And I was setting it up today like, woohoo, it's all ready to go, and then didn't realize I hadn't changed the configuration. And then I went to find it and they moved it. It's not where it used to be. It used to be under, you could open this section, but now it's right at the side. So I found it. And had to start a new one. So, and then went and changed the links on Facebook because, just to confuse everybody. I want to make sure you're awake. Hi, Connie. Hi, Julie. How are you? Hi, Jackie. I see lots of friends here. How you guys doing? How was your week? This one was a fast one. I don't know about you guys, but I'm like, I don't even know how it's Friday. I went into Riley's room because I was concerned that he didn't get up for work. And I'm like, friend, are you going to work today? He goes, no, it's Thursday. I'm like, no, it's not. It's Wednesday. He goes, mother, it is Thursday. I know it's Thursday. I'm like, you better check. It's Wednesday. It was yesterday. It was Thursday. So it's the life I live of craziness. Want to see something cute? I'll share something cute. So, and I'm going to tell, it's going to be a little Vicky story time before we start, but look at the new sticker. It's big too. I didn't realize I ordered it so large, but it's so cute. So these will be going on the boxes that are going out for the holidays. A little story time. We've been waiting on the 12 by 12 paper pad for Wrapped in Ribbons. And it was late and I was like, man, I'm not going to take the chance. I better cancel the paper pad. We better go to open stock paper. And then right before my order went out, it's like the pads are arriving tomorrow. Okay, we've waited and waited for these paper pads. It's what my vision was. Let's go with the paper pads. So we wait. The order all gets kitted in the warehouse, packed on pallets. It is sent to me that everything is complete. There's nothing missing. It's coming your way. So, okay, my order arrives last Monday. Right before I left for She Loves Color, we unpack it. It's all the cardstock. There's no paper pads. And I'm like, okay, weird. Maybe when they delivered it, the van was full and there's another pallet still waiting to come across on Thursday. So I email and didn't hear back, but I didn't panic because I'm like, it says order complete. I paid for it. I paid to clear it. I paid the taxes and everything to get it here. And then I find out on Thursday, they email me from my UPS store and they say, we have nothing here for you. And then I'm like, I'm at just getting out of the car at She Loves Color. So I guess that would have been Wednesday. Just getting out of the car. And Kari is driving and I look at her and I go, I can't even make this stuff up. What am I supposed to do? So I get in touch and they're like, we don't have them. They shipped. Like they didn't. Either the trucking company lost them or they're still in the warehouse somewhere. Well, we don't have enough. So I panic. And then as I'm talking it through with Kari and my friend Lael, I'm like, well, if I paid for them already, they aren't in inventory. So it's when they go and do an audit of the warehouse, they're going to find that pallet is sitting there because we're not talking about 2 boxes. We're talking about a pallet of paper pads. So I'm like, there's no way you could sell them because in essence, they're out of the inventory. I've paid for them. They already are sold. So I wake up on Thursday morning and lo and behold, they found the pallet. So I'm like, I need this like as soon as possible. Well, as soon as possible was they arrived yesterday in Buffalo. I wanted them to ship directly to me. They didn't. They arrived in Buffalo. So long story, very long story. I feel like Elf telling a story. Um, they have shipped, they have arrived, and they are being delivered on Monday. So that means we're so behind for Wrapped in Ribbons event. Like it should have been starting. So what I want to say to you guys is thank you for your patience. It's going to be beautiful. I love the album that I've created already. If you've purchased it, some people, I sent out a newsletter. I posted it opened up the private group for Wrapped in Ribbons, and I posted it online. But not everybody looks at any of those things. So a lot of emails have been coming through like, my kit hasn't arrived. Should I be concerned? And I'm like, no, you shouldn't be concerned. I am on top of it. We have packed a whole ton of boxes that just need a paper pad. So this is how it will work. The first kits that will go out are the ones that only require a paper pad because they're the easiest. And then the next ones that go out are the ones that are a Christmas kit and extras and a Christmas kit with the vintage kit and extras, all of it. That's all I'm doing next week till all of them are shipped. I've reached out to all my international friends. So if you are in the UK and you ordered one, I have reached out to you. If I haven't, reach out to me at info@vickybooten.com. I must have just missed it going through it. I've emailed my friends in the UK and one in the Netherlands, one of my friends in the Netherlands. So make sure if you haven't heard from me and you were waiting, because you guys are special, I have to go in and set up, know exactly what you want to order, and I have to set up your shipping separately. But I just wanted you guys to know, story time at the beginning. Does it stress me out? Yes. I was stressed when I thought there were no paper pads because the 6x8 pads are sold out everywhere. Like it's almost impossible to find those now. So I was able to manage to get them for the people who did order. But this has been incredibly painful from start to finish. I'm glad now we're on like a happy note that everything is here and it's going to be a beautiful class. We aren't doing 10 plus layouts. We're doing, I have 9 double page layouts, everything organized that I'm going to work on tomorrow and be writing the instructions now for the album class. Now that I know I don't have to change everything that I have used is in there. So thank you. Do I still have kits left? Yes, but like a ton sold this week. So if you think you want to join me for that, it's awesome. You can add the vintage kit as a bonus if you're like, I can only afford one right now and I'm going to wait. When I put the holiday or the Disney kit up, you can order the Disney and vintage as well. You can put 2 kits in a box. So it's all coming. I can't post the Disney one until I clear, like my little shop that we kit out of is packed. We have no space to kit anything. So I need to ship this week and then we'll be working on the Disney kit. I will get that posted, but yes, there is never a lack of excitement, or I guess you can call it excitement or whatever it is. There's never a lack of it in my life. But on a very exciting note, remember something very new is coming in 2025. I've been working on that and you guys are going to be super excited. I'm so excited. I can't even contain it. So I'm talking about when we can do the big reveal and maybe sooner rather than later. So it's going to be very exciting. But thanks for sticking around. If you're new and you're like, oh my goodness, I ordered this kit in August. It hasn't shipped. I'm not trying to just keep your money. It literally has been a poop show. I'll be politically correct. I can't even make this stuff up. So I can't even make it up, but it is what it is. And I'm excited it's going to be coming soon. I went outside today because I'm very sad that it's been windy. Like yesterday, I don't know, what was your Halloween like? It was windy. So all the leaves, it's pretty, were blowing down the street and all over the place. And I went, let's make some leaf art. So I'm going to go very traditional with this. So you could live, because I see some of my friends are here from Puerto Rico. Hola. You can use any kind of leaf, and it could be in any color palette you want. I'm going to do a fall kind of thing because I live in a climate that we have fall. So I went outside and I grabbed a bunch of leaves. I grabbed some fern leaves too. And we're going to play around and we're going to do some backgrounds. And I feel like this is exactly what we need today is our leaves are soggy. Just dry them, right? I just washed them. I did a couple prints to practice. So I did this one using the Distress Spritz for one part of it, because then we could do some fun things. You could stencil inside those leaves. And then I just literally washed the leaves off. And you can do a glycerin bath for them too. But I feel like tonight is going to be very relaxed. It's not going to be a super late one, other than I started late. But it will be like the part one. We'll start this and we might do something like a part two to this using black background. I want to do something really fun with you and just collect some more leaves. And like I said, they can be any kind of leaves. They do not have to be fall leaves. But we're going to play tonight. And then I'm going to have a part two next week. And we'll make a project, a card, and a layout out of it next week as well. So with that being said, do you have any questions for me? Anything that I missed? Because I was freaking out because I went to go live and it said turn the orientation, and I'm like, oh, I messed up when I did it. I forgot to put it on horizontal. So sorry for the excitement tonight as we get started, but I'm going to flip the camera. And if you have any questions, let me know. Very excited. There's a lot of you here watching tonight. What do you need? You need the leaves. I grabbed some acrylic paint. I grabbed distress ink, oxides, and sprays. So you can use any kind of mix that you can put color on. If you use a thinner paper, you could do rubbing like we did when we were kids, where you put it underneath and you could do like the rubbing for the texture of the leaves. My leaves are not perfectly flat. That's another thing you totally could do with these, is you could iron them. I don't know if I'd put them between wax paper, right? Do you have pants on? I 100% have pants on. And want to know exciting? There's sweatpants. I have track pants on tonight. I had jeans on and I'm like, I cannot. They're high-waisted ones. And I'm like, I don't know how anyone finds these comfortable, because when you sit down, the little button is right in my belly. So I have pants on. Yay for pants. You know, it's optional, but now it's getting cold. It's not like summertime. I have pants on, but no fancy earrings or anything. Tonight is just pretty much, it's what you get, get what you get, right? So let's do it. Let's do it. Yay. I love high-waisted pants and wide legs, and that's what I have, Natalie. That's what I was wearing today, and I cuffed them. But the button to sit down here and do this, I'm like, that's going to hurt me. So I took them off and put track pants on, because I felt like, let's just make some art and be comfy tonight, right? Hi, Janice. How are you? That's funny, because I was thinking about you today and that you're here now. So, Janice, you know the that vintage rack that I have that you love, the one with the baskets? I'm going to sell that. I've got to list it, because I found a different storage system that I want to use. I need to maximize the space. So I bought it. We haven't built it yet, but I'm emptying that out and I'm going to list it, because I'm like, I love it. It's very pretty, but I need big drawers now, because the new thing that's happening in 2025, I just need storage for it, right? You just wear your pajamas. Yeah, me too, Poppy, but I love these track pants are just Old Navy ones. And this time of year, I love these and t-shirts or sweatshirts. I don't know. I swear I'd never be that girl, but now I'm old and I just like to be comfortable. Yeah, comfy is king. 100%, Jolene. I'm right there with you. That's what I'm feeling like. Send you a pic. I will. You know the one, because it's the one that when I did the video walkthrough of my space, everybody asks where that came from, and I ordered it like on a decor place online, so I don't even think you could find it, but the baskets look like old metal baskets. But yeah, I need more space. I need drawers, so changing it out. So I grabbed a whole whack of leaves. Going to one of a kind. Yeah, I have to look at it. I would like to. I have not made plans for anything yet. So I was away at She Loves Color last weekend. It was so much fun. Had a wonderful time. A lot of you guys that are on here, I saw you there, and it was very exciting to get to hug and chat and create and shop together. It was very fun. And I'm doing something with Brutus Monroe next weekend. Is next weekend November 8th? I think something like that. So he has like a virtual event, and I'm going to make some cards and tags with some Brutus Monroe stuff and with my 6x8 pad and some stamps. So that's super exciting. If any of you guys are card makers and you're doing that, I'm going to be doing that next weekend. And then getting ready for our Christmas event. It's going to be super exciting. So I was playing, because, you know, I like to mess around before we get started. And this is very fun. I just laid these leaves on the background, and they're not completely flat, right? It's like that. I think they went. And I just laid some on there. So, and then I sprayed. So things that I'm realizing as I go through this is foundation paper. And foundation paper has a vellum finish, meaning that your mediums are not going to soak in really quickly. And I feel like this technique is better when the mediums soak in a little faster. So I'm going to try the back of this paper for this technique. And I have some cardstock as well, and some, not really tissue paper, but it's like a Japanese writing paper. And I'm going to try those as well. So I misted these with Tim Holtz. This one was a marmalade, spice marmalade, the Distress Spritz, which is good. But I don't know if you really want to use a metallic spray. I think if you have spritzes, that one that is just kind of more ink based might work a little better, but it is pretty, right? We could totally go in here and draw, or you could layer or stamp some more on top. We'll play with it, but the metallic is pretty on here. And then I took the ink off of here and I stamped with it as well. So the ones that are sprayed, I stamped on here. Now there wasn't a ton of pigment, so it's a very subtle kind of effect. And then over here, I put some Distress ink or oxide and Distress ink, and then stamped with them. So I have a brayer, and the other thing we're going to try too is some acrylic paint. So with this, I think makeup sponges or a sponge will be the best way to apply the ink. I have a mister, I have a brayer, and I have some paper towels, tissue paper. So I think it's fun, right? It's something that everybody can find a leaf of some sort. I have, sorry, brain fart, fern leaf. I took them off my ferns as well. I thought that would be fun. And then next week, I want to do the reverse where we do it dark. We put this on the dark background, and I think that's going to be really fun. I have a really cool idea for that one. So before I get crazy, this is kind of my practice sheet. So I would recommend before you commit, just practice. So I'm going to do another impression on the front of this with the acrylic paint. I'll do another one with Distress ink. And then let's try the back of the page that doesn't have the same amount of vellum covering on it. And you know how we can tell the front and back as you run your finger on it, where you can feel the perforation is the back of foundations paper. And I also have some white cardstock. So let's practice and play. It's what we do, right? It's just a piece of paper in our time. So where was the sheet I was using? Here. I have a sheet I was just kind of messing around on. Because when you put the color on, right, I don't want it to go on my non-porous background because it's harder to clean up. So other fun things with this. Let's go in again with some Distress ink. Let's do Age Mahogany. I think that this color will be the bomb. Diggity. So I have a couple makeup sponges. So let's go in with maybe 2 colors for this one. Do you have any questions before we get started? It's school leaf rubbing. A lot of the art we do is stuff you would have done in kindergarten. Because I think that, why not? If it's a good idea, it's a good idea, right? I'll just use the same leaf. I'm going to go in with this one. And then I just washed these. And it softened it up a little bit, and I have a baby wipe. I'm going to use it until it disintegrates. right? I'm going to use it till it disintegrates. So there might be a little bit of mustard seed on here. I'm totally okay with that. I actually might put a little bit more on here. I might go in with some yellow and then finish it out with the aged mahogany. So I'm going to put some, and this is what I was saying, what's cool is you could also use this and stamp around it, right? Right, and create the pattern. The only thing is you don't want it to move on you, and that's what I found, that they were kind of moving a little bit on me, and it really does change the what you're going to print when it moves. So you want it to be a little bit stable. This is not the juiciest pad. This is well loved. You know I love my mustard seed. So I deposit a little bit of mustard seed on there. I'm going to go around the edges with a little bit of aged mahogany. We're going to try it without misting. Oh, look at the darker the color you go. You really can see that on there, can't you? So I don't want to add any water when I go in the first time. I'm just going to go in with aged mahogany and some pressure using my brayer. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to blend in some of that yellow again. Actually, I might even go in, maybe. Yeah, we'll go back in with the mustard seed. Get as much pigment as I can on here, and then blend that out to make that kind of orange. Okay, I think that's going to be very pretty, but do you see what I'm saying? Woo! You can make a negative, you can make a positive. And then I'm going to put it down with no moisture on here. I'm just going to lay it. I'm going to put my piece of, wherever I put that, I just had it in my hand. Did you see where I put it? This is how I roll. And I just had it. Oh, it's underneath. Vicki, you are so special in so many ways. And you could just rub on there. But I also want to use the brayer. I just don't want to move the leaf. Because if you move the leaf, you're going to lose the detail, right? So I'm just going to rub that a little bit without moving it, hopefully. And let's see what we get. Do you think it's going to be a winner? I love it so much. So one of the things that we've learned is the darker color works beautifully. Look at that. I love that. Now let's see if we take this and we mist it with a little bit of water. What will it look like? Kind of like a watercolory one. Not much water, okay? But let's see if we can get one more impression out of it. And what happens when we put it down with water on that. Now remember that foundation's paper on the top is non-porous, meaning the moisture doesn't soak in like it would on cardstock. So we're going to see what this looks like on the front side. We're going to see what it will look like on the back side. Ooh, so look at, it's more like a messy leaf, but look at some of that. Ooh, we might have been able to get 2 impressions out of it. You know what would be cool to me? Let's try this. I'm going to show you what I think would be cool. Is dry this layer and go in and lay it again. So dry that watercolor layer. Put ink on that leaf and stamp it on top. Just got to try to position it as close to the shape I got as possible. See how fun? And these are techniques that are, this is not, I'm not reinventing the wheel with this one. We did this, you know, like the acorn art we made and the, so I'm just going to lift some of that moisture out And I'm going to deposit a little bit of the aged mahogany on here. But which side? On this side. Just maybe a little bit on the middle and the side, because we already have the print there, right? So I'm going to try to go light with the pigment. I don't want a ton on here. And let's see if we can deposit some ink again, making like another layer on top. Just a little bit in there. And maybe a little bit of the mustard seed. You won't really see it, but I think it's too dark on the watercolor, but we'll try. So, did you watch me just ink the wrong side of that leaf up? Yes, I did. Dum-dum. I even turned it so that I could do the right side and still messed it up. I'm going to wipe that off a little bit. It's this side I needed the pigment on. I'm new, but it's okay. You could try oxide on top, do whatever tickles your fancy, right? Okay, I'm going to try to position it again and see if we can't put a little bit of a print on top. I think that's pretty good. You could totally do oxide if you wanted to. Hopefully I didn't just move it. I don't even know if I want a brayer, and might just see what I can get printed with my hand. Okay, let's see what we get. I love it. Hi, Cherie, how are you? Do you see that? And it's very cool because the metallic's underneath it. So I'm digging that. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Like, and think if I would have went in just kind of with yellow ink and then did a layer on top. I feel like that's the direction I'm going to go in tonight. A little bit of watercolor and then some that are just pure prints. And even you can go in, right? And because this is reactive, look at that. I'll show you. So I can go in and do a little bit of watermarking on here. Oh, friends, this is going to be beautiful. If I do say so myself. Watch. So I just put some drips down and I'll lift it. And then we could also put them down and just let it dry like that. Oh my goodness, look on there. So do you see where the water's eating away? But look what's going to happen on there. By accident even. Are you ready? Do you see the direction we're going in tonight? Look at that. Oh my goodness. Let's do it. So that's the background I'm going to do. We're going to do some that are wet with the watercolor. And then we're going to do some that are just pure. And then we're going to do some dripping. And I think the direction. Hi, Irene. I have a big box to send you. I just have to get my Christmas kits out first. How you doing, friend? But I'm loving this so much. Let's do it. Okay, I'm going to get a new sheet of foundations. I'm totally going in this color palette. I'm digging. Aged mahogany, mustard seed, wild honey. I think I want some little bit of a yellowy green. So if I might have put it away. I don't want to go mowed lawn because that to me isn't as fall-y. They are real leaves. Yes. Yep, these are from my yard. Look at how pretty they are. Mother Nature, right? Look how beautiful. That's the ivy off my back fence. Look at the color of this one. That's the ivy off my back fence. But this is my color my color inspiration. So I'm going to go in with peeled paint is going to be my green. Okay. But that is my color palette right there. I'm very excited about that. I'm going to go very fall-y. And now we're going to get in here. Hi, Ange. How are you? Ange's yard looks like this too. She's been sharing some really pretty pictures. I'm excited to do this. Very excited to do this. So you could do a whole circle if you wanted, like a wreath. This would be a beautiful background for cards, right? A base for cards, and then just die cut a really pretty sentiment. But this magic that just happened, just from testing, is, ooh, I can't wait. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it, as Tone Loc says. That one had oxide, so I don't want to mix it. So I'm just going to get my stuff ready, and I'm going to make a background. So tonight, I'm going to go full color. Hello, Marlo. Did you see my message to you? I needed more info because you just bear with me. If you heard story time with the kit catastrophe that was going on with lost product, that people are, oh, and by the way, I have to pay the income or the tax on it twice for that delivery because it said it was all there and there's no way I would have known it wasn't. So to clear it, to get it across the border, I have to pay tax on it a second time. How fun is that? They tell me I can claim it and get it back, but we'll see. But it does not make me happy. Yes, name cards for Thanksgiving. Ours is done, but yeah. For my American friends, right? For my American friends. For this Canadian girl, that's already, that a ship has sailed. So, I am thinking I'm going to have leaves just falling down the side of the page. So I won't cover everything, but maybe my art's going to go on this side. I'm going to clean that leaf up because it has a lot of dark ink on it. And I'm going to start with a lighter base. So I'm going to start with some mustard seed. Okay, so I'm going to go, I might only use one leaf. Maybe this leaf, I think I had a smaller maple. This is a maple leaf. So, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Look at that one. Look how pretty that leaf is. So maybe I want a littler one in there. I went and I was looking for them in the dark, just so you guys know, because I picked up a couple and went, ooh, I should have a couple more. So I was out in the dark looking for leaves tonight, because now it gets dark. They're from my yard, yes. So just to give you an idea of what fall looks like in southern Ontario, that we do get this kind of color. This is just in my yard. Look at them. So this can be my inspiration. This is the ivy. This is the maple tree. My backyard is orange right now. So see, I just went out there and was picking leaves. Aren't they pretty? It's beautiful. And then here's a pretty green one. That one. That is not, this one is not a maple leaf. And then I think these are oak, maybe oak leaves. Look at these. See how pretty? Yeah, you got to come visit me in the fall because it is just a whole thing of lovely color. And then for my people who don't live in the climate like I do, you could use any leaves. Any leaves will work beautifully. And I think this could be gorgeous, right? Look at the fern. Oh, they're beautiful, right? Yeah, you don't have leaves like this. Has anybody who doesn't live somewhere where you have leaves like this, but have you ever seen fall? Have you been somewhere? Because this is what I want to say. I think that's why for my cruise, when I'm looking at 2006, there is a cruise that goes from Boston and to Nova Scotia, and I don't know where else it goes. but you would get to see all the colors change. And I think that that could be a really fun one because it is very beautiful if you've never seen it. So I'm just going to clean that leaf up. So you saw what color it was? That's because it had all that ink on it. So I'm going to use this one till it won't let me. But you have plants maybe, right? Because that's what I was thinking. Even if you have house plants, go to the garden center and just steal some leaves off the plants. Yeah, because I know in Arizona it's probably not super easy to grow stuff either. Okay, so now see that leaf wasn't burgundy. I painted it. We're going to use this one. This is the color. The tree in my backyard, my neighbor's yard, is orange right now. It's very pretty. So let's start. I'm going to start that kind of watercolor jazz. So I'm going to go in with mustard seed on this one because I would like to go light to dark, and then I want the contrast, right? So let's do it. My house plants are dead. Well, that's not good, Keisha. Yeah, you'd have to either go get some more plants, or you could even use some leaves from the dollar store and stuff too, right? But it is, if you've never seen fall, it really is. I don't know if there's anything as more beautiful than that. It really is kind of a magical thing to see. So we're going to deposit some yellow. I'm going in with regular distress. You could go in with oxide, just know when you wet it, it's going to be a little bit different. But yes, definitely use oxide if that's what you have, and show me what result you get, okay? And my friend Irene is here. And Irene, if you're newer to our group, has been having a little bit of a rough time. She had a house fire. So sending lots of love out to you. And Chrissy, we're thinking about you. Okay, I'm going to put some mustard seed on this one. I'm going to mist it a little bit, not a lot, because I liked how I had part of it was wet and part wasn't. And maybe just a little bit of wild honey along the stem and in the center. Okay, I'm going to put just a little bit of wild honey right there. Maybe just on the tip. Let's see. So I'm going to take this off camera. I'm just going to give it 2 light spritzes. And then I'm going to stamp it in the corner. Okay, I gave it 3 light spritzes. So I'm going to put this one. If you had tweezers would be great, but I don't. So I'll just go with what I've got. And I'm going to put it down like that. And then I'm going to just press that. I don't even know if you need the brayer. You could, just make sure you don't move it. Okay, don't move your leaf. So let's give 1 bray and 1 bray. Okay, let's see what we get. How fun is that? Look at how fun is that? I like it. So am I going to clean this leaf off? No, I'm going to do another watercolor one. We'll turn it here. No, maybe down here because I'm going to do a darker one there. But I'll go in now with some more orange on it. I'll put some orange on there instead of going in. I won't clean it off, so there should still be some yellow. So let's go in with a little bit of spice marmalade now. Because there should still be lots of pigment on here. So maybe I'm just going to do kind of the tips of this one in the orange. The other thing I think would be cool is a little bit of green. I might put a little bit of green in the center of this one too. Anyone doing this with me tonight? Did anybody run outside to get some leaves? Or is it more of a watch and play later? It's enough pigment, Vicki. And then I'll go in with a little bit of peeled paint in the middle and on the stem. Okay, a couple mists off screen Just mist, 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 mist. But I don't want to add water anywhere. But can you see there's water on here? And now what direction do we want this to go in? Maybe like this. Let's do it. Just don't move your leaf. Lots of water came out on that one. But we want enough pigment, right? So that, rub the veins in there, get all that in there. And the tips. I love this so much, I can't even tell ya. Let's see, what do we get with that little bit of green on here too? Ready? I'll show you. Look at that one. That's pretty. So I need some more orange spice marmalade. Let's do a spice marmalade one. Silk leaves would work. I think they would. I do. I think silk leaves would work fine. Most of those silk leaves have tons of veining in them, don't they? Let's get in and go crazy with a little spice marmalade. Because I want orange. We need some orange. I'm very excited. This is going to be a fun process. Lots of yellow on this leaf, right? So I want to kind of kill that. This is, I have to say, look it, I'm going to press a little bit on here. The only thing I'm going to tell you, when you press the ink on, you get a lot of ink on here. So pounce it out still, because you still want to control that a little bit. If you get too crazy with the ink, it's hard to control. Let's see. Do you think that's going to be good? Okay, mist. Okay, I misted. What direction now? Like that. How about? Ooh, that really bled out. I must have went a little crazier with the water than I expected. Let's see. Okay. So I want a dark one now. I'm going to clean that off too. Clean that leaf. Hi, Joan. How are you doing? Because I'm not getting the depth that I want. But you know where we know we're going to get that depth is with that aged mahogany. So let's go in again. I'm going to put a little green in the middle. The other thing I need to do is use the smaller leaf, I think. This is going to be my last large maple. And then we'll go in with a little bit of the spice marmalade. And now a little aged mahogany. The silk isn't as defined, but you're still getting a pattern, right? It's just not probably going to be the same as like a natural leaf, right? I don't want too much on here because I still want to be able to, but you really get, look at, that aged mahogany. So let's get in here. It's going to be nice and wet. And I think this one I'm going to put right here. Okay. I'm not pressing as hard. I don't want that to bleed out everywhere. Delicate. See, this is one of those things you're not going to get the same result every single time either. Do you notice that? Let's see, what did we get? That's very pretty. I'm going to do one right off here without putting any more paint on there. And now the rest I want just prints, no water. So we'll dry this layer. Okay, but no water. Is Joan not doing well? I didn't read that. Had total knee surgery on your right knee October 1st. And here 3 days in hospital and get to go home tomorrow. Yeah, you take care of yourself. My dad needs to have knee surgery. With my mom getting sick, he was scheduled to go in and we canceled it because, you know, like a lot was going on with her. And now he's in a lot of pain. So we need to get him in there, get that done. Okay. So I think I went a little crazy with the wet. So if you're playing, and I did this a second time, I probably would do a lot less watercolor, because I think it was better if I went in after. Maybe if I did the leaf prints first, but let's see. I won't jump the gun. But now we're going to go in dry. But I can go in too with that smaller leaf. So let's wipe up. Where's my baby wipe? It was just here. But it is, it's pretty. And now we'll put the print on top of it. And then we're going to watermark a little bit. I don't know where my baby wipe is though. Oh, where has my baby wipe gone? And be prepared, you're going to have very messy fingers with this technique. It's a little messy. That's what I hear with the knee and hip surgeries, right? I think is my friend Kari here? Was she here tonight? So I'm going to go in now with this one, and I'm going to go in with the spice marmalade on top. Well, maybe we'll do this one first. But I went too crazy. There's too much pigment on there. So we'll see. We'll see if I can bring it back, or remember when we talk about it, I might have went in with too much. So let's just pounce. And this is totally dry, and we want the pattern, if I haven't totally crushed all of the pattern in this leaf with rubbing on it so hard, which may be the case, but we'll see. So now I'm going to go in and try to place this and put the print on top. If it's offset, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that could be a cool thing. So let's see. See, I'm putting the paper down, and I'll tell you why, because if I didn't, and any of the ink came out, I could inadvertently rub the ink where I didn't want it on the page. So I'm trying now to put, this is supposed to be the kind of looks like the stamped layer on top of our watercolor layer. And I'm going to see if it works. Did I move it around too much? I don't know. It's pretty, but I did need to add a little bit more pressure. But we're going to just go with that one, right? But you can totally see where the vein went in there. But we're not going to try. I'm going to do it on here. I'm going to do a burgundy one down here with aged mahogany. Let's see. So aged mahogany kind of on the 1/2 and a little bit more of the green on there. Wipe that out a little bit. And put some green on there. And I know, and now I need to press a little harder. I didn't think I had to, but you do. Okay, let's see what we get now. Ready? Hi, Kari, my friend. Okay, it's gonna go right here. And I know I need to brayer on here. This leaf, though, is probably like, dude, you have been putting a lot of pressure on me to perform. But I know now I gotta rub it a little bit more. And I need to brayer it to get it to print. Just, I'm hoping I don't move it because I don't want that kind of, where it shifts and the pattern's not nice and crisp. But we'll see. What do you think? Is this going to give me a better result? I'll try it. How pretty. I love that. Now I'm going to go in. I want to do one too, a green one that is just leaf print and not any, I don't know, maybe a burgundy one. I'm going to go back in with the, and do the print. Do the print and not printing the whole leaf. But we'll do it here. It makes me wonder though if it's because I've pressed so hard on the leaf I've lost the detail on this one. I don't know. Let's see. Oh yeah. And applying the same amount of pressure. You know what I watched yesterday? Have you watched the Martha Stewart documentary on Netflix? I stayed up late watching that. Okay, let's just rub that in a little soft. Look at that. I love that. Wonder if there's a way to add just a little bit of water to not have the polka dots. My favorite is still the first one that I did, but I'm not quitting yet. Not quitting yet because once we do the drips, the watermarking drips, I think will make a difference too. Okay, gonna clean my leaf and let's do a little orange on there. Do a little orange. And then we'll do the small leaf because it's a brand new leaf. Let's see what we get out of that too, right? If we do one here, maybe one here. And I don't think I'm going to do anything on that one, but I'm going to do an orange print on that one. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to clean that. Had to get the burgundy off, right? And let's do a little orange and see what we get. Like these little ones would be fun too, right? I do the back of it. Just because I'm going to do this in green. I want to see a new leaf if I can get a fun impression in that kind of open space and at the bottom. I'm going to press it right on the leaf. This one's pretty dry. And I'm doing it on the back of the leaf. I don't know if that's going to work as well as the front because it doesn't have the coating, but we'll see, right? Let's give it a try. What do we got to lose? Just a piece of paper in our time. Oh, this one is very brittle. I'm going to wet it. Let's wet it and see. That'll make a difference. I'll try to position it kind of close to where it was. Brayer it. Ooh, it's very pretty. I like the green on here though. Let's go in with green down here. Try the other side of this now. So we'll stamp some on, and we will also, because I'm liking that green on here. Some green. And I'm going to put some of the burgundy on here too, just because it's dark. And I should get a good impression for just doing the printed one. See what we get. I hope this one's going to be good. I love it. And fall is one of my favorite seasons. I think it's just beautiful. It's like Mother Nature's paintbrush, right? Just hope I didn't move it. We'll see. Look at that one. It's just like a little ghost of a print, right? Oh, I love that. Let's see if we can put that on top of here and get, oh, but it's the wrong side. So I'm making a mess. But it's fun, right? It's fun. I'm going to put it on the proper side and just do an orange pattern on here, and then we're going to do some water on here. just want to deposit a good amount of ink, and then I'm going to rub it in with my sponge so I don't have just polka dots of ink. And let's see if we can put a really cool orange pattern on top of that leaf. That has ink on it, so I'm going to have it all over my hands, but I'm okay with that. Would this work? Is that wax paper on top? This is, no, just a piece of heavy tissue paper. It's like a Japanese writing paper. I really want to deposit that leaf pattern. So I'm hoping that happens. Well, these leaves are pretty dry, right? But you could use them with brand new green. Oh my goodness, look at that one. Look at that one. So the last thing I want to do is a smaller one that is just pattern. It's really pretty. And we'll do it up here maybe. I'm going to do it right there. And I think in green. I'm going to do that one in green. And then I want to do some drips, because I think because there's a little bit of mess where ink is, but by doing some watermarking on here is going to make that okay. It's going to make it okay. So I just want to print with the green now. And I'm doing it on this smaller leaf. Oh, this is going to be pretty, friends. I can see it right on here. I'll show you the leaf. But I don't want it to have the lines from the ink pad, so I'm going to blend that out a bit. But you can see it on the leaf already. See the color on there? So I think that one will transfer really nicely. And I'm going to do it like that right there. And now let's put the tissue on and brayer it a bit. This would work beautifully on the gel plate too. Just don't move your leaf, because if you do, you'll get a stutter. Like the pattern will shift and it won't be as crisp. So let's rub that leaf vein right down to the tips. And hope for the best. Let's see, what are we going to get? Is it going to be a good one? I love it. I love that. Okay, so now what I think will be fun to go in and do is eat away at some of this pigment. So see, I have a little bit of a blooper there. I'm going to put some water on that. This is the best one right there. So this first one, I'm going to eat away at some of the ink by lifting it, okay? And then the next one I'm going to put down, I'm going to let that sit here and dry. So I've put water on where I'm going to remove this water. It's going to lift, and I'm going to have kind of white spots in the middle of my, I'll show you on the darkest one to start. Don't rub it, lift it, okay? Oh, so now I have that modeling on there. It's so pretty. Like that literally just brings it up a whole notch. Can you see that? Look at that, where the pigment is eaten away. Can you see that? I love it. Yeah, wouldn't that be pretty? If you had enough pigment down, you totally could, Kristen. You could wet a script stamp and then you could lift it. I want it to look a little like it's bleeding, so I'm gonna take some of that and take my brush and see if I can't move that pigment a little bit, like on the edge. Because that's blending out some of the pigment. Put your lids back on, because we also can go in with some drips after, right? Oh, I found my baby wipe. It was on the floor. So I want to take some of this now and I'm going to make it so it's a little bit of watercolor bleeding into that. Because if I lift it all, it's just going to be very white. And by moving it a little bit, I can blend some of those colors. This is amazing. This is just kind of making this all work together. I'm going to dry this layer and go in and lift a little bit more pigment out. I love this. I'll hold it up close so you can see it. But by drying this first layer, we'll keep them intact. Ooh, careful. That one's just too perfect. Gotta eat away at that a little bit. I love this. I will hold this up, friends. Like, of course, a lot of you are going to like this because the color palette, right? It's that kind of fall vibrancy, but just because you don't live in a climate like this, like I said, you could still do something very pretty where you could use bright colors. There's no reason this couldn't be pinks, and can you see that detail? It's lovely. And now I'm going to put a couple drips in here. I'm going to deposit pink pigment right back in here. Would use kelp. That totally would work, Kristen. As long as it's a leaf and it has all those vines. You could use a lettuce leaf, right? It just needs to have the vines. But by depositing the thicker watercolor, what we ended up getting is we could get the watermarking, because it wouldn't work as well, right? Just on dark colors. but I would like to drop a layer of pigment on top. We lifted, but I feel like some of these areas need a little bit of pigment. Don't go crazy. And then I'm going to make some of them a little bit bigger. But I feel like now it's enough, right? It's enough. Step away from the water drippies. We'll let them marinate for a second, and then we can lift. I love this, friends, and I think you could put one photo on here. You could do a little less, right? We'll see you later, Keisha. I'm just trying to dry some of these so I can get a darker outer ring, and then I'm going to lift some too, so they're not all the same value of orange. So I will lift some of those dots so they don't all just dry super dark. I want some to be light, some to be darker. So we lift a couple. And we'll let the rest dry. And I also want to take a little bit more pigment away right in here. Definitely Denise, right? We did stuff like this in school. It's no different than my bubble blowing. When we did the bubble blowing, right? That these are definitely techniques from school. The leaf rubbing, where we did the rubbings with the leaves. But I feel like now I'm going to leave it alone. I absolutely love that though. I'll take the camera down before I flip it. This is from stuff I found outside my yard, right? So like I said, you do not have to have fall leaves, any leaf, right? Yeah, when you carved into the potato, definitely, right? But Distress ink, again, we didn't need to go crazy. And you know I want you to post for sure on our private group so I can see what you're making. I really feel like, look at this was where it started. And where's that one? I'm going to do in here. So we have the small leaf. So I missed it around it, right? And there's no reason we can't go in here. What color do we want? Do we want to keep it more like in the burgundy? If we do the burgundy, we know we're going to get quite the impression. I think did I put them down like this or down like that? Like that. So I'm going to stamp from the back of it. Don't knock on my door. I wanna make you So the back of the leaves, I don't think I'm gonna get the same effect as if I did it on the front, because they don't have the same kind of coating on there, but I am gonna mist it a little bit. Okay, I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm gonna mist kind of in the center of it. Just a little bit in the center. But not too much. And let's see what we get. Just going to try to lay it in the pattern. And then let's get one press. That moved. So I hope I didn't just ruin it, but let's see. Look at that. Oh, I love that. And then we'll go, I'm gonna go green on this one when I lay it down. Go green. And we'll just do it a little mist in the middle, like I did with that one. This one has got, okay, little mist in the middle. What are we gonna get? Let's try it. Didn't line it up very well, but let's see. I've really crushed the veining in here. Look how pretty. Okay, let's see. We're gonna do black next week, okay? I'm gonna show you the coolest technique. So this is fun. Next week is a whole different amount of fun. So with that one, we're going to go in with on black, and you're going to need acrylic paint, I think, or oxide. You watch. I'll play with it, the idea in my head, and I'll let you know. That's just a mess. See, the only problem with this one is if the mist, because the metallic is in the mist, it, you have a lot of dots going on, you know what I mean? It's a lot of dots. So what ends up happening is it's hard to decipher the pattern. So I like it if it was more of a solid, but it is very pretty. Look at that. And this is one I could totally go in and draw the veins. Wouldn't that be pretty? That might be what I do. Very subtly. When this is dry, I might go in and follow the veining with my pencil or a pen and draw on it. So we have that one, and we have that one. I love this. Like, love, love, love it. So let me bring the camera closer. What color of sprays? So I don't think I would use a metallic, to be honest with you. I use the Distress Spritz, but I think just regular Distress sprays would work better and be prepared for it. But let's see. I think this trick will work. If I put some hand sanitizer, let's see if I can, oh look, it's coming up. So, and wash your hair, right? If you just wash your hair, it usually comes right off. But that actually worked pretty well. Hand sanitizer. And it smells like a cucumber. Let me bring this down. Oh, I love that. And especially that we didn't have to have an expensive stamp or anything. Look it. I'm going to jiggle you to see if you can see the detail now. Look at that. I will make sure that I photograph that before I do anything else with it, but I think that that's really pretty. But I don't even know if that shows up. For some reason, I can't do close-up. It gets blurry. And then, look at, do you see what I'm saying? If I go in and just do a sketch line, I think that'll be really pretty. So thank you as well, friends, for the thumbs up for the video. I love providing this content for you guys. I love us meeting up together on a Friday night or Saturday morning, depending where in the world you are. But it only takes a second to throw that thumbs up. It helps other people find us. If you haven't already, what do you call it? Subscribed to the channel, definitely do that, because this is the kind of fun stuff we do. There, I think you can see better detail. I love this. Like, love that. I'm going to find smaller leaves and repeat it for a card. I'm going to find like a smaller, I sounded like Medea, little leaf, and then do a pattern. And then next week, we're going to do a really fun thing on a dark background. I'll play with it, so I'll tell you what you guys need to get the result that I'm looking for. I'm really crooked here, so sorry about that. But that was fun. I hope you enjoyed that. I told you tonight was going to be a quicker one, but I've planted the seed of an idea, and now you have all weekend or all week to kind of play with it. And then next week we can create a layout, a card. If you want to add this to your art journal, just be prepared. We're going to start looking for art journal stuff because I want to do that next year. I really feel like we should have like a whole technique book, right? So that was a lot of fun. Thank you, as always, for joining me. I will see you next Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, for the kind of continuation with this. I'm going to go searching tomorrow for some leaves, because now I feel like I just opened up this whole kind of floodgate of ideas that I want to do in practice, because I think that this just needs tweaking. So don't throw it in the garbage, right? Just a piece of paper in your time. It might take you a couple tries. You might have to change your ink. You might have to play with the amount of water you're using, because some of them, like, I hit it right out of the park. I think that first one, this first one was magic. That partial, I'm going to try to recreate this, because this is my favorite from tonight, that. So I think I need fresh leaves. I think it's hard to use the same leaf because you crush all the little cells inside the leaf, and you just don't have the technique, or the, you won't get the same results. So thank you again. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I will see you next Friday for a continuation of this awesome leaf printing, taking you back to the kindergarten days, art making, but really it can be just simple found stuff. And if you have the basic tools, your time, your imagination, and be kind to yourself, you can do some really beautiful things. So thanks for joining me. Can't wait to see what you make. Make sure you share them on the Vicki Boutin Creative Community group page on Facebook. And like I said, leave a comment after. if you weren't with me live, or give the video a little thumbs up so more people find us and spend some Friday afternoons, Friday evenings with us. That'd be awesome. And we'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye, guys. Thanks, Nat. Oops, I'm not done. Bye. And